All right, so Pasha, here we are back. And we're back for a special reason because the other day we had a very playful reaction video with, I think this young woman's name is Megan with Solar Glow. And I like her channel. And at the same time, we were just being kind of silly. And I thought that because metaphysics is really important to me, I'm going to go into detail about my experience and understanding of dowsing rods, pendulums, tarot, and Ouija board. As you know, I've been interested in metaphysics for over 40 years, so I have a lot of kind of backlog experiences and information and things that are curious to me. Maybe they'll be curious to somebody watching. So there's some real interesting talk about that. I wanted to be in a more mindful place when you asked me some of the questions with the dowsing rods, because I'm interested to show people through demonstration that the dowsing rods are a helpful tool because they pick up the energy from the subconscious mind, and the subconscious mind is receptive to entities around a person. But those entities can be not who they say they are, and so there's interference that's possible. I don't think Megan is suffering from interference, but that's not for me to determine. So I would like to answer the questions that you present to me, but not as yes-no questions, because the questions that are asked, some of them are really good, but yes-no is not enough, because when it was asking about Jesus on the cross, I'm like, well, look, man, there's more than yes-no going on there. So I want the opportunity to do that. I also think that from a metaphysical standpoint, what Megan has going for her is she looks kind of like just a regular sweet girl next door, farm girl type. You know, you wouldn't think she'd be into the far out stuff. And actually, you know how she says thank you after every video we noticed? That's actually, I think, a really important technique for what she's doing, because she's maintaining the vibration of gratitude. And the vibration of gratitude allows her to stay clear and clean. It's like surrounding yourself with an envelope of love. There's a technique there that I think is valuable for what she's doing.
Do trees appreciate when humans acknowledge them?
Yes, absolutely.
Yes, thank you. Can the average dog who lives with us understand everything we're saying?
The average dog is yes, but they don't understand necessarily the words. That's from repetitive training, but they are telepathic and they can pick up pictures and imagery. So my recommendation, the answer is yes, but my recommendation is if you want to talk with your dog is to send them pictures of what you want, but also you can point with your eyes.
Yes, thank you. Are there more stars than there are grains of sand?
Yeah, absolutely.
But it's physics. I mean, not even physics.
No. This is a metaphorical question in the sense of what is countable and what is not countable. Basically, the person that's asking is, man, there's a lot of sand. I can't even imagine how many grains are there. And then to say, well, the universe is actually a lot bigger. The physical universe is what she's referencing. So yes, there are many more than grains of sand.
Yes, thank you. Does fasting make our prayers more powerful?
Fasting, no, doesn't matter.
No, thank you. Do aliens know more about us than we know about them?
Yes.
You think?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, we don't know anything about aliens, really.
Some people do.
Do you?
Some people, I know a little bit. I've had some experiences.
You know why they make all these movies with aliens and spacecrafts and time travel? Because it all is real and people are just not ready to hear about it. But the government is easing into it through the movies.
You know, Don said that for years ago, as he said that Hollywood will start making films about things that are not fear-based, that to introduce the concepts and stuff. But because we're so fear-hungry, and that's what people want to, how they want to be entertained. But it has been introduced. Steven Spielberg was a big deal in that. Close Encounters, E.T., I don't know, whatever. You know, it started with War of the Worlds, right? That was a horror, like people freaked out.
Yes, thank you. Can everything be explained by some sort of science?
Not human science, no. There's other science. Our science is based on the five senses. It just came from an alien question. So there's other science that would have different sensitivities. For the reference of her question, I'll say no, it cannot be explained. But that's from an earthly perspective.
Yes. Is there a lot of science that we still don't understand right now?
Yeah, science serves us for our current consciousness often. I mean, right, the sun that went around the earth, you know, it worked for a while. When a scientist says, this is the way, that's when I always know that it's not going to hold up, because all they have to do is look back at other scientists who said the same thing. I'm like, give it time. I forgot the question.
Is there a lot of science that we still don't understand right now?
Well, come on, seriously, of course. Why ask?
Yes, thank you. Is there a maximum amount of lifetimes that one is allowed to live?
No, you have all eternity to gather the learnings from the lessons. And they're talking about lives on Earth. I believe we have lives on many different planets. I mean,
Mars?
The timeline, yeah, Mars
Moon?
was, yeah, very
will be?
heavily. You don't see evidence of the habitation there. So this is where it gets far out. Listen to the end of the video. We'll talk about Mars.
Okay.
And Venus. Earth was not our first stop.
No, I think. Is it possible to technically live forever by saturating the subconscious mind?
Well, the question is not clear. I would say that it's possible to live a lot longer, hundreds of years. I don't think that in Atlantis they lived a long time as well. There are people on this planet that have lived a long time. In biblical times, they said that people lived a couple hundred years. So there are ways that vibrationally you can support your physical body to not be degraded. But living forever in this physical is just like saying, I'm going to sit in a box for my whole life. The universe is so big. People don't, I mean, why would you want to? If you have that ability to live that long without wisdom, oh, what a trap. If I could live forever, it just means that's as far as I believe, that my body is the limit of my experience, that I could have nothing better or nothing more. I mean, movies feature things of sadness about that you live through all these partners that you have. So there's this wandering aspect of it. But I don't think forever is a good idea. And I don't think, so I'll say no.
No, thank you. Is it technically possible to live forever?
Okay, so people define living differently. There's living in a human body and there's living in an energetic consciousness. I believe we all live forever in the energetic consciousness. For the lessons that I want to learn over eternity, I need different types of bodies. I want to have the experience of being tall, being short, being man, being woman. There's all sorts of perspectives that I would want to have.
Yes, thank you. Is our gut instinct always correct?
Absolutely not, because not everybody's in tune with their gut. Not everybody's in tune with their intuition. Some people believe that their fear is the right approach. Like, oh, I feel afraid of this. But they might not understand where that fear came from. So of course they're going to be afraid of a relationship, afraid of an elevator. If a person is aligned with themselves and their intuition, and there's a healthy balance, it's very accurate. But
it's not always correct.
A lot of people are not there.
No, thank you. Should we listen to our gut instinct?
I think we should learn how to listen to our gut instinct, because a lot of people will define it as a mood they're in. Oh, I feel good when I think about that. That feels right to me, that feels wrong to me. When really, people don't even know why they like certain colors, right? It's a lot happening on different conscious, subconscious. So
yes, thank you. Do spirits hesitate to show themselves in front of cats or dogs?
No, absolutely not.
No, thank you. Do aliens have their own gods or holy figures?
They are connected more with the source, so they have their own belief systems, but they're based in different things that our belief system, our religious belief systems are organized in. So yes, they have beliefs, absolutely.
No, thank you.
I disagree with maybe the words, but aliens have belief systems, absolutely.
Do they have the same gods and or holy figures?
As who?
As us.
As us? Well, we got
But
a lot.
like, we have a lot. Yeah, you can't.
I would say as some of us, yes, but not the religious perspective. I think it's insanity.
Yes, thank you. Is it necessary to clear negative energy from ourselves?
Absolutely helpful, but it's not necessary because some people generate that by design. If somebody's attracted to fear or horror, or they embody victimization, they may not even know that that's what they're creating. So cleansing it is wonderful, but people don't know how.
Do you know how to?
Yeah, sure. Well, I have a certain understanding of it.
Yes, thank you.
I encourage, it's not my place necessarily, because everybody that watches her watches for a reason. Ask really specific questions. If a vague answer to a yes and no question is, there's so much wiggle room for interpretation. And I think that when somebody is looking for a yes or no, they're going to project everything that they want into that yes or no answer. They're going to cherry pick from it. This is how I understand dowsing rods, which Megan uses, pendulums, which is somebody holding on a string something, Ouija boards, and tarot cards. The similar aspect of all of those is I believe that there is a real connection to them working through the quantum field and the subconscious mind and picking up external influences beyond the five senses. The thing is even with somebody with the clear connection with the dowsing rods, let's say Megan, that if I, the viewer, am looking at them, I can turn over my power to the dowsing rods, which takes away from my ability to grow and make decisions, because I'll look for someone else to decide for me or to influence my decision. I fall into that with tarot cards. I've seen that and I'm just like, well, I had a real shitty week. Let me see what the tarot cards are saying. It's like, oh, I don't like, oh, that, yeah, oh, lottery? I'm on it. That's great. Megan, thank you for sparking this conversation with us, and look forward to maybe meeting you someday. You seem like you're in tune with something really wonderful. So. I was never interested in tarot cards, and I'm like, what's going on? It's like, well, how do I get eyes on relevant, authentic information? Oh, I gotta play this damn clickbait game? Okay. His group started communicating with the Ouija board, and they found out they were getting a lot of interference. Not every spiritual message is the truth. It is a truth. It is something that I can handle at a certain time.